I put off getting my MBA for years. And as of right now, I am currently in the middle of my 9th class, and I only have one more class until I graduate. So if you are considering balancing full-time work along with your personal life and an MBA, stay tuned. During this video, I will share my experiences and what has worked for me. So for those that do not know, hey, I'm Natalie, and sorry. I have some notes right here. So if you see my eyes moving that way, that's why I'm looking at some notes, because I wanted to be prepared, because this is very important. It's a lot of people that are considering going back to school, but they either have a lot of barriers or they're holding themselves back. But no, I used to be like that. I used to hold myself back, but no, I'm almost done with this degree. So I'm here to encourage you, whoever that is, or, you know, let's go ahead and get into this video. So my educational background is not business. I do not have a formal business background. My undergraduate degree is actually in chemistry. And shortly after I finished my undergraduate degree, I was in a PhD program in chemistry, but I left after a year. That was not me, and I wasn't happy. Now, I will say that during COVID, I did take some business classes at a community college. It was completely remote for like a semester. It was good to kind of help me get acclimated to being in a fully remote program and kind of getting the taste of business. But other than that, I don't have a formal background in business, but I'm doing very well in the program. I don't know if I should say it, but I have straight A's. I may take that part out. So, and even like my working experience is not really in business. So after I left the PhD program, I was working in retail for a little bit, worked in project management for a little bit. Now I'm working in medical education. So for me, I have a lot of like transferable skills, and even what I'm trying to do long term, it's not so one dimensional. Why did I decide to get an MBA? It's something I always wanted to do. But I just kept saying, well, maybe let me try this. Maybe let me see about this. And I got right back to this, or it kept leading me to this degree. And the thing about it is I always wanted to pursue business, but I just never felt confident to pursue it. So now we'll kind of get into the cost of the program. And I do want to say that the cost of the program will be different for each person. And I say that because me personally, the cost of the program is almost free because my employer has a tuition exemption benefit. So that covers a tuition. And then my parents, they had some type of college savings account for kids that they forgot about. And when I started before I started the program, my mom was like, hey, we have this account we can use it for your fees. So in my situation, my employer is paying for my tuition, and then the college savings account for my parents is paying for my fees. Now, I've heard other classmates say that they have a GI Bill. I've heard other classmates mention financial aid. I've heard a lot of people mention, paying out of pocket. But I think the program is affordable because even the fees, that's affordable. Now, it is an investment, but compared to other degrees, compared to other institutions, I still think that this is very affordable. Let me state that most of my classmates are not from Louisiana and they don't live in Louisiana. So whenever I ask like other classmates, hey, why did you pick this program out of all the other programs in the country? They mention the cost. They say that it's very affordable. And personally for me, I was so thankful to be in this position where basically in my case, the cost was not holding me back from being in this program and doing well. At that point, basically, at this point, the degree is free for me. So if this is something that I always wanted to do, and now I have the opportunity to basically go for free, why wouldn't I take this opportunity? Why wouldn't I do this? Then I'm looking at myself. Anyway, so now we'll kind of get into like my journey being in this program. Like I said, I am in the middle of my 9th class, and this program has 10 classes, so that's 30 credits. And so I started the program January 25. As of the filming of this video, today is August 3rd, 2026. And I should be finished October the middle of October 2026. So basically fall of 2026. So for me, what has helped me is taking one class at a time. So this program is an accelerated program. So all the courses are 7 weeks. So the classes, they move fast. So you kind of have to find your rhythm because it's going to keep moving. Now, sometimes it will feel slow, but then once you finish each class, you're like, wow, that was fast. Also, let me talk about the format of the classes. This program has asynchronous classes. So there is no set meeting time, meeting day. Basically, how it works is each week the professor opens up a module in Moodle. Let me say what has really helped me to be successful in this program, and that is organization. That is very important because for me, I have to know what I'm doing. I have to know what I'm aiming towards so that I can do it in the way that the professor wants and when they want it. So for me, at the beginning of the semester, the first thing I do is open up that syllabus. I read it thoroughly, and then I see, okay, the weekly schedule of assignments and exams and expectations. That helps too, so it won't feel like this is a big mountain. Sorry. That helps me to feel like it's not this big mountain I'm trying to climb. No, you break it down in steps. So even each week I write down, okay, what do I need to do this week? Okay, what days do I plan to do it? Because for me, working full time and having a personal life, I don't want to be too stressed out about school. I really don't even want to be too stressed out about work. What? So yeah, staying organized helps me to basically be more efficient and to have less stress and to be able to absorb the information better and to kind of overall enjoy the class more. Because at the end of the day, sometimes this is fun. Sometimes depending on the professor, depending on the course material and how they present it, I think it can be kind of fun. So this is what I want to do. So each class is not fun. Each week is not fun, but I still push through because I know the end goal that I'm aiming towards. Another thing that's really helped me is having the mindset of this is a game. And when I say that, I mean it in a way of, yes, I'm here to learn, but I'm also here to get a degree. So when I say that, that's me saying that some weeks I feel like I put more time into completing assignments and expectations, or sometimes I feel like I put more time into completing assignments than actually learning. And so it's like, okay, this week, if I know I need to spend more time on assignments, I may not be able to absorb the information as much as I want to, but I know I need to still pass this class. If I spend too much time doing a deep dive on this information, I may not get the grade I should get. Does that make sense? So since I know that this is a game, it's a game of, okay, what does the professor want? When do they want that done? And how do they want that done? You let me know, I'll get that done on time, That's what it is. So I keep that in mind. And then if there's if there's topics I really like, if I don't have the time to do a deep dive on it, during that week or whatever, then I'll look at this in my free time. This program is more meaningful to me because I apply the concepts that I'm learning into my everyday life. And so for me, that takes it beyond the textbook. That takes it beyond just these weekly modules. And so that's why sometimes I want to learn more than what the professor is teaching, or I'm like, well, maybe I could view it from this perspective and find these other resources so that this will make more sense to me and I'll be able to apply it and to share that knowledge with other people. So now I'll kind of get into the tools that have helped me. Let me tell you the first one. That is the LSUS MBA group on Facebook. That is so helpful because most of my classmates don't live here, and it's so many of them. And that's the way that's one of the main ways that we communicate with each other. I'm able to research professors and get student feedback, especially the ones that have already taken the courses. So you can search your specific like topic or question, or you can even ask the question. And there's a lot of people on there that are willing to help. Another helpful tool, that's the GroupMe chats. So like usually each class, there'll be a GroupMe chat. You get to like directly communicate with your classmates, which is helpful because sometimes it feels like you're just sometimes you have a lot of questions. You're like, is this just me? But no, once you start talking to your classmates, you're like, okay, other people are experiencing this too. And also Rate My Professor was helpful as well. Just to kind of just search, okay, what do people think about this professor? Because for me, doing my research on these professors helped a lot. Because a lot of my classmates, they're very vocal about who they like and who they don't too much care for. I highly recommend this program. I'm so glad I did it. I feel like I've strengthened my discipline. I've become more organized. I've become more confident. And also I feel like I have a good like introduction to business, a solid introduction. And really, I still want to keep learning concepts once I'm finished with the degree because it will not stop. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed talking with you all and providing my insight. And hopefully this helped. And see you the next time.